Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live. Some hot takes today. I want to get to news that shocked the world yesterday when Bill Gates tweeted out the news that after 27 years of marriage, he and Melinda Gates would be splitting up. In a tweet, he gave everyone the update there, saying that they no longer believe they can grow together as a couple in the next phase of their lives. And Emily, I mean, when we look at it, it's kind of shocking and a bit sad here. You know, everyone's got to make their own decisions here. But of course, America doesn't necessarily have a royal couple. There are a few couples we maybe focus in on here. Bill and Melinda Gates, you say that term all the time with the work they've done in their foundation. So surprising to see it happen. But it caught my intrigue here because when you look at maybe how some of the richest men also have gone the same way, we can talk about Jeff Bezos and that divorce. Talk about Elon Musk and his divorce, and now Bill Gates, but at 4, and the 4th richest man in the world, Mark Zuckerberg, still sitting there married, and now the lone torchbearer when it comes to, I guess, successful marriage on the list.
That's right, Zach. I have to say I was pretty surprised when I saw the announcement yesterday as well. Like you said, Bill and Melinda, of course, really seemed like they had such a strong connection working together for so many years on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as well. And I think, bringing it back to a finance angle, the Yahoo Finance angle, really the big question here is what's going to happen with the future of that foundation. And I think, when it came to the most other recent high-profile split up that we had between Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott, the big question there had been around what governance would look like for Amazon, since there were questions around what would happen to Bezos's voting stake. And of course, in this case, Bill Gates had already departed from the board of Microsoft, so that's not necessarily a question here. But this is a $50 billion endowment that we're talking about with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And they've said that they'll work together amicably on this going forward, but we'll see in the coming months how this actually shapes up.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the interesting thing. We saw that play out with Mackenzie Scott and Jeff Bezos in that split, but also just returning to this list, if I can. I mean, we're talking about the wealthiest people on this list, and really there's only 3, I guess, technically. Zack, of course, as I pointed out, Sergey Brin had his divorce with 23andMe founder Ann Wojcicki. You can look at Larry Page there as the only other one on the list. Warren Buffett's kind of in a camp of his own, given, the non-traditional open marriage that he had. But call me sentimental here, Emily McCormick. I mean, if you're watching this and you still have your spouse out there you're committed to for life, for better, for worse, richer, for poorer, you might have something that, even people on this list here, the richest men in the world, can't count. You got love, Emily McCormick.
It's a fair point, Zach. It's definitely a fair point. But again, definitely disappointed to hear this news between Bill and Melinda Gates.
Yeah, we wish him the best. I mean, it sounds amicable, I suppose, in terms of the way that he phrased it in the tweet, but we will be watching to see kind of what happens there. As I said, one of those names and one of those foundations we've tracked over the years, and just the sheer size of the impact that they've had on the world. Obviously very big, but shocking news nonetheless.